Hey everybody, this is Scott Smith with Agent Mastermind. So we're going to be drawing some numbers here before the start for everybody that showed up early, and we're giving away $1 million today. Just kidding. A little bit of humor there to start this morning. Yeah. Everybody's like, yes. All right, and the numbers are, All right. So thanks for being here, guys. This is Christina Daves. She is amazing. And she's been helping me with a lot of different things, specifically my brand, helping me to get some PR, and it's all paying off. So it's pretty exciting stuff, and a lot of other things have happened since it's just amazing how just a couple small tweaks. I don't know, maybe it was my mindset, who knows, but maybe it was my mindset. But whatever it was, you're going to talk about this today on this classes. How you look online is really how people see you. And so you're going to share, one, how to get that in order. Two, I really don't know what you're going to share, but I'm just guessing because I know you so well.
Lots of stuff.
So you're going to share some really cool stuff on, one, how to be that person. And I love your personal story, so I can't wait to, share that with everybody who doesn't know your personal story on how that all happened with Diana Ross and stuff. So I don't know anything has anything transpired since then?
Oh, there's always new stuff.
Yeah, good.
Actually, I don't have it in there. Carla Hall, who is one of the hosts of The Chew, which just recently ended, but she wore it on air and put stuff out on Instagram and with arrows, and it was pretty cool.
That's way cool.
But I won't
That's way cool.
Yet. You have to wait.
All right. So hey, do me a favor. Tell everybody, put in the box where they're logging in from on the questions section. If you guys just do me a favor, just tell me where you're logging in from over there. Let us know. If you guys see Colorado Springs, what's up, Paul? How you doing, buddy? Maryland, Minneapolis, Phoenix, Wisconsin. We're all over the place. We cover the map.
That's
Rhode
awesome.
Island, Nashville. Donna, I'm coming to Nashville in 2 weeks. I'm going to be there. I land on the 15th. Let's see. What do we got? Florida. I saw this name the other day, Davis. So Davis, well, how do you even say that? Apaka, Florida? Never heard of that, and I saw it the other day for some reason. Melbourne, West Palm, Chicago. Did I say that right? Okay, good. Apaka. All right. Where is Apaka, Florida? So weird.
I've heard of that.
Man, you've heard it? Yeah, I saw it the other day. I'm like, okay, I've never heard that name before. Now let's see, New Jersey. North of Orlando. Oh, okay. North of Orlando. Okay, very cool. North Palm Beach. All right, guys, let's do it. Hey, I'm Scott Hudspeth, your host, and I'm here with my dear friend and business partner and coach and mentor, Christina Daves. She's going to be sharing with us some amazing stuff today. I don't want to steal her thunder. I think I almost did a little bit before we got started for you guys. Okay, all right. So we lost your screen there.
Yeah, no, I'm finding it. Like I said, it's been a while since I've used GoToWebinar. Give me 1 second.
All right, no
Let's
worries.
hit play.
No worries.
You got it. There we go.
All right. Got it. Perfect. Ready to roll.
Awesome. Let's go. I'm so excited. And thank you, Scott. I mean, you have been amazing. I just met you a couple months ago, and I feel like I've known you forever, but you're so gracious to share me with your tribe, which I just love. And I get so excited about this because there are people who are here today, and we have a lot of people signed up and a lot of people already on. Some of you are actually going to do what I share with you. And I know what that means for your business. And Scott can tell you at the end, he did exactly what I told him to do, and it works. It just really works. So you're here today because you want more people to learn about what you do. You want to grow your business faster and with more impact. And just for a second, imagine, what one media hit would do. And then if you could take that and really push it out on social media, or you had that media outlet sharing you to their audience, it'll change your business forever. So today I'm going to share with you the power of media. And by the time we are done here today, you're going to be excited to take action. You're going to change your business. And the winners are going to be those who want to start right away. Because if you implement this, I promise that after this 60 minutes together, you're going to want to dive in, you're going to want to do more, and you're going to see the power of what the media can do for you. So this is what we're going to go over today. It's my proprietary Get PR Famous formula. We're going to dive deep into this. The game plan is to show you how this works, how it can transform your business. But this is really important before we even get started, because it's going to really help me figure out who wants to really do this. I want you to just think to yourself, ask yourself, if the next 12 months are exactly the same as the last 12 months. So it's August, what are we? August 5th, August 6th, 2020. Are you happy? Are you happy? Do you have the exact same number of clients, the same number of leads, listings, sales? You're exactly where your business is right now. Are you happy? Or do you want more? So what if you put media into it? What if you put more visibility into it? Through this proven system, and this works, we can expose you to tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, even millions of potential customers. What would that do for your business? So I'm super excited to show you what's possible. We're going to start. Make sure you stay on till the end. I have some goodies for you. You're going to get a lot out of this training. When we're done, I'm going to share with you, next steps. Some of you are going to want more. Some of you are going to want to have the crazy success like Scott had. So I'm going to dive in. Scott, if there are questions along the way, you know me, you can jump in. If it can wait till the end, we'll
Absolutely.
do Q&A at the end. If it's pressing, go for it. All right, so I want you guys to tell me how many of you are already on TV as an expert in your industry? And then how many of you want to be? And how many of you have seen your competitors on television, in the media, and you know that you're better than them, but somehow they've figured it out and they're the ones who are getting all the exposure? How about radio? I always say don't discount podcasts. Podcasts are huge because you can hone in on, maybe there's a podcast, somebody said they were from Minnesota. Maybe they're a real estate agent in Minnesota and someone's doing a podcast. Maybe it's a mortgage person who's going to have you on. Well, these people are looking to buy or sell a house. Doesn't even matter if they only have 1,000 downloads. You're in a very, very targeted market. That's really good for you. And then what about magazines? I got this for free. I was in Forbes. And the cool thing about online magazines is they stay forever. Forbes, they get 27 million unique views per month. And unless Forbes goes away, this article is not going away. This has exposed me to tens of thousands of people. I've gotten business from this. So what I'm going to show you guys today is how to make you stand out in the media, because there's a lot of people doing this, but there are ways to make you be the one that they want to use. But this is important. There's no magic pill. There's no poof. You start to work with me, you join my program, I send you a tablet and you're on CNN tomorrow. That's not going to happen. But this isn't hard. It's actually very simple once you learn how to do it. Now, some of you may have paid for PR firms in the past, $10,000, $20,000, $30,000. I had a client who paid $100,000 for a year of a PR firm and they got nothing. And then they hired me and they got something, which was great. Nice. But here's the deal. When you hire PR firms, and I don't know, Scott, if you ever have, but there's fine print in your contract that says there are no guarantees. So that you're hiring them and they say, we can't promise anything. So what you do is you hire the PR firm, they have their Rolodex, they send it out to the people they know, and I have yet to meet one that's gone that extra mile for their clients. They use their contacts. So basically they have no skin in your game. So it's so much better if you can learn how to do this, whether you do it or you have somebody come in on your team who does it, as long as you understand this and you understand the strategy. And here's what's awesome. And just imagine this. I have people that I have worked with who have gotten in the media in less than a week. Less than a week from starting this. I have a lot of people that I've worked with that have gotten in the media in less than 30 days. Now, is that normal every single time? No, but I can definitely show you how to do it, how to position yourself. I have times where I've gotten in from a pitch immediately, and then I have times where it's taken me months and months. So it is possible. This is Jennifer Fugo of Gluten Free School. If anybody on here has gluten sensitivity, you probably know her. I started working with her right when she started. She got 2 appearances all by herself on the Dr. Oz show in 30 days. 2 appearances. It changed her life, completely transformed her business.
Big time.
Right? Amazing.
Yep.
I know we have a lot of real estate agents on here. This is Dustin, one of my clients, one of my favorites, because he was a brand new agent. And we probably have brand new agents on here. And sometimes I hear, oh, I'm brand new, I can't do this media thing. Well, Dustin pitched the Washington Post, followed the system that I showed you at the beginning, and got an article in the Post. He got $5 million listings within 6 weeks of that article. And in his first year business, get ready for this, he did 24 million in sales first year.
Wow.
And he will tell you from that article, because he went to the listing appointments and he'd show them the article. It was all about selling your home using social media, and they were like, oh, I'm not going to do that. Well, here's the article in the Washington Post, and that changes everything. Another one of my agents, Pat Cunningham of Compass. Thanks to your coaching, I made the Washington Post. She did something, I work with the people that I work with on something called newsjacking. How do you take what's going on in the news right now, pitch your local media? She didn't like that Redfin was cutting out buyer's agents. Because she's a buyer's agent. So she saw what was wrong with that, and I helped her with the pitch, and she got in the Washington Post. So what buyer isn't going to want to work with her when she's the featured article about being a buyer's agent? And this is all you need sometimes, guys, is just one article, because this is what we know for sure. The more visibility you get, the more customers you get. The more customers you get, the more profit. Makes sense, right? Now you can pay for it if you want. We talked about Forbes. Here you go. Ads start at $103,000. The article, like I showed you, not for sale. You can't buy that. But what would an article in Forbes be worth to you? And I can show you how to get an article in Forbes. I can show you how to guest write an article for Forbes, even an extra step up of credibility if Forbes is willing to let you write an article. So then you're thinking maybe celebrity. I'll get a celebrity endorsement. Diana Ross charges $300,000 to $500,000. And this one I just found recently. I'll let you guess on this. How much do you think it costs to have Beyonce do one tweet for you?
1.2 million.
What? $1 million. Only $1 million.
Million? Only $1 million. Okay.
$1 million. Yeah. So it's crazy.
Wow.
Advertising. Maybe you want to advertise. And I know you, as a lot of these realtors, mortgage people on here, you have to advertise. That's a cost of doing business. But if you wanted to really get to that visibility of 1 million people seeing you, which you can do for free editorially, but if you want to pay for it, it's $123,000 average for 30 seconds. So I don't have that kind of money. I don't think you guys have that kind of money. But we know what it means to our business to get tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions of people learning about us. This is one of my favorite things. I want you guys to monitor social media. This is one of my clients, Susan, who's a stager, a home stager. She's not even a real estate agent, but she saw on Twitter, I live in DC, so I'm sure everybody heard when it was national news that Amazon HQ2 is coming to our area. So she saw in her Twitter feed that the NBC anchor was looking for a real estate agent to have a place to run his story in the area, the Crystal City, Pentagon City area where Amazon is coming. She jumped on it and said, hey, I've got a home that I just staged in that area. He's like, can you be there at 4 o'clock? And she was there. So instead of using a real estate agent, they used her for the story. So this is how easy this is. And what this does for your business is it gives you strategic third-party placement. It's somebody else telling you, they didn't even use an agent. So you're talking about Susan, the stager, who was used as the expert to talk about the real estate market. It's tremendous what that does for your business. Here's another real estate agent client, Cedric with Keller Williams. So he pitched, and I have resources to show you how to do this, Women's Health Magazine. And he got a full article all about how people handle stress when they're selling their homes, and especially, with couples with young kids. So imagine he's at a listing appointment and he sees the toys and the kids and whatever, and he sees how stressed they are, and he can give them this article. and says, hey, you know, I can help you with this. Look, they wrote a whole article about me in Women's Health magazine. Oh, and by the way, I've been quoted in realtor.com 30 times in the last 6 months. So I can answer any question you possibly have. So all this media turned him into a leader and authority. And I will tell you, he doesn't lose many listings, because any question they have, oh, here's this article. Oh, here's this article. So being, you know, the media positions you as that. Here's another one. Sherry's a business coach, and we work together. So what she does, which is really cool, she's a business coach, she's a leadership coach, and then she has this one program where she brings CEOs in and they do training with her horses. So she got the front page of her business section. We're going to talk about niching in a minute, but by niching her story down, and then, you know, media begets media. She was able to pitch Fox and found the right anchor because she did her homework. I taught her how to do that. She found the anchor who loves entrepreneurial stories, who loves women entrepreneurial stories, and she had a segment on Fox that went viral. So filling up her calendar with so much business, because she was strategically positioned to get her message out to her target audience. And here's one more, another real estate agent, Casey Sampson. I've worked with him. He's in a regional office in the DC area. So when we started working together, he was doing 74 million in sales. We got it up to 94 million last year. We're still working together. He got the cover of Real Producers magazine, which I don't know. Do you have that in Michigan yet, Real Producers?
I don't know. I don't know if we do or not.
It's coming. It's in like 30 states. So what it is, it's the top agents in your area. So now, again, he goes to the listing appointment. So it's the magazine of the top real estate agents, but now he's on the cover. You know, look at the credibility that gives him. And he's now due to do over 125 million in sales this year. And he will tell you it's from PR media, right? I'm on a roll here, $20 million a year. So. Crazy. It's crazy, right? Awesome. So you guys can all pay for it if you want. Hire PR firms, it'll cost you, but with the internet now and social media, you are able to connect and learn the power of publicity, because media today is 24/7, 365. Super important that you guys understand this. The media, you all know this, they're using people, experts every single day from the real estate space. And I want them to make it, you. I don't want them to use anybody. And again, that niching that we're going to talk about is why every single person on this call has the ability to get themselves in the media. Richard Branson, multi-gazillionaire, could pay for hundreds of millions of dollars of ads, right? And he says publicity is absolutely critical. A good PR story is infinitely more effective than a full page ad. So this is what I want for you guys. I want you to be like Casey and Cedric and Dustin. I want you to go to your listing appointments and have, you know, when I talk to clients, I can show them this. Oh, here, I'm on TV a lot. You know, here's my stuff. So I want to quickly share, if you guys were on early, Scott said a little bit, but I just want to tell you a little bit about me so you understand what makes me this expert in publicity and how I've been able to help so many people with it. Here's the most important thing. I'm not a publicist. I've never been a publicist. I never even took a PR class in college. Every single thing I've done has been trial and error, and it allowed me to create my system, my Get PR Famous formula that I'm sharing with you today. And basically what I'm doing is I'm saving you years of work, because I've been doing this for 7 years and I figured it out. I figured out how one phone call, one email, all strategically placed can get you in the media. I mean, that's just how it works. So my story starts with a broken foot. So if anybody on here has ever been in a boot, you can tell Scott, put it in the chat, but you guys know how awful those are. You haven't been, somebody else has been. And I broke my foot right before I was going to New York City, fashion capital of the world. And so I'm on the train looking for anything I could to decorate my boot, because they're awful. And there's nothing on the market. So I invented this, fashion accessories for medical boots. Everybody loved them. But here was my problem. I created a whole new space in the marketplace. So nobody knew that they needed to decorate their medical boots. So we took out a second mortgage to manufacture. This is before, you could do like 3D printing. This is 2010. We took a second mortgage out, maxed out all our credit cards. So if I didn't sell these things, I didn't want to be the one coming home to my husband and my kids saying, oh, mommy lost the house. So I had to figure it out. And I will tell you that broke sucks. But what I figured out, I went to the library, I started doing research, is I figured out this thing called publicity. So here I am on the Steve Harvey Show. I won $20,000 as being named his top inventor. I sold over 6 figures in sales of my product that retails from $7 to $24. Remember, it's syndicated, so I had a whole year of reruns. But after that, I wanted more, and you guys are all going to want more. And media begets media. The more you get, the more you get, and the more exposure you get. So trying to figure this out, I was like, oh, wow, celebrity's good. Celebrity's great. Celebrity sells. So I have my Google Alert set, and I hope all of you all have Google Alert set. And if you don't, it's something I absolutely will work with you on because it's really important. My Google Alerts are celebrity broken foot. So one day, this picture comes in my email box, and it's Diana Ross in a boot at LAX, and it says, but she's still coming to sing for the president in Washington. Well, I live in Washington, and I'm thinking, this is perfect. So one search on Google, Diana Ross's manager, I got to the gatekeeper. I got through the gatekeeper who liked my story, talked to her agent who said, or her manager who said, send me an email. I sent an email. He said, oh, okay, well, we sent it on to Miss Ross. I'm like, yeah, right. Sure you did. A couple hours later, I got the email. Yes, she would love to wear your product. And there she is photographed after singing for the president. She wore my product when she sang for President Obama, which is so cool. But imagine the credibility that this gave me, like tremendous. Diana Ross, are you kidding me? We saw $300,000 to $500,000 is what she charges to do something like this. And I got it for free. So media does. So then I was like, let me just email the producer back at Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey did a 3-minute follow-up because of course I had won this contest, but all about me and my company. And at the end, he said, if the diva of divas, Diana Ross likes this, well, then it's got to be good. So I got a multi-million-dollar endorsement from Steve Harvey. So this is what's possible if you just do, if you implement the system. And I'm telling you guys, this stuff happens over and over and over again. Here, I'm so proud of this. I pitched myself using my own system, and I have a regular segment on Good Morning Washington. I'm on once or twice a month. I will tell you this took me 5 months. So when I tell you the 30-day stories, but was it worth it to pitch 5 months to be on TV once or twice a month? And I've been doing it for 2 years. Absolutely. And here's what happens. One of my producers that I got to know really well just left ABC and went to Fox. So I now have an in from building the relationship, and I've started pitching her for Fox. So that's what happens. These people move around. So this is, again, why it's so important to build these relationships and get to know them. And this I'm most proud of, and I want all of you to be a part of this next year. We hit almost 1 billion views in 1 year and over 8 figures in sales from free publicity. And as real estate agents, positioning yourself as this expert and getting these listings, you have the ability to hit these kinds of numbers and these kinds of views because that media gives you so much credibility. So as we go through all of this, and we're about to dive in really deep, remember this is an appetizer version. And at the end, I'm going to share with you a way to get a deeper dive, to work together. I have my system. This is a digital product. It's so awesome. It will show you, so if you get excited about this, definitely stay until the end and learn more. So PR is the first step of this. It's publicity, it's social media, it's using them together. We don't even have time to get into the branding piece, but that is in the program where we really help you brand yourself and position yourself as an influencer. And some minor tweaks can make a world of difference. So when I go through all this with you, this is the PR piece. I want you to think about where you're comfortable. Where are you most comfortable getting this media exposure? If you had asked me 3 years ago if I would be on television now, I would have said, no way. I was doing podcasts in my basement, could barely speak. I was so nervous. I'm guzzling water in between questions. And now, now I do this stuff and I speak all over the country. So as I'm going through this, where are you comfortable now? And know it can change. Maybe you just want to give quotes. Maybe you want to write guest articles. Some people, I've had clients who just from guest blogging I had one client who was on every major network as the expert just because of some articles that she had written. Do you want to be on radio, podcast? So just think about that as we go through this. And we talked about advertising a little bit, but no, this is not advertising. Advertising you paid for. Advertising is your message. It's your message you're sharing with the world. The difference is publicity is free. It's what they call earned media. It's somebody else telling the world how great you are. So I'd love to use this analogy so you guys can really understand it. And those of you from New Jersey and New York, it's not as applicable, doesn't work as well, but everybody else in the United States does not have good pizza, usually, not like Joe's Pizza in New York. So imagine you're flipping through your paper in Wisconsin or Michigan or Virginia or wherever you are, Minnesota, and you see the ad for Joe's Pizza. You know it's the ad and it says best pizza outside of New York City. And then you flip a few more pages and there's an article and it says hidden New York pizza gem. And the person who wrote the article talks about Joe's Pizza and that they moved here from Brooklyn 3 years ago and they've never had pizza this good outside of the city. So you see, that's the one that's going to make you go to Joe's Pizza more than the ad. So that's the power of publicity. That's what's so important. That's what I get so excited about because it's somebody else telling the world you're great. So this is the formula. You need to be newsworthy. You need to create great hooks, which is the subject line, so that the journalist will read your newsworthy story idea. And then you need to find the right journalist. Again, most people on here are real estate agents. If you submit your real estate story to the food editor, they don't forward it for you. It doesn't happen. So I'm going to help you come up with some newsworthy story ideas. I'm going to show you super easy ways to come up with great hooks. And then how do you find that person who's the real estate person? And like I said, if you want more, again, we've only got an hour. We'll talk more at the end. But being newsworthy stories, they're timely, they're important, and they're interesting. And that's what you want to do because this is what you want. This gives you so much credibility in the marketplace. Now, there are studies that show that people with the media logos can charge more. Obviously, real estate agents, you're not on that kind of a scale. Unless you're a 6% agent, you're competing, with a 4% agent. And this will help you with that tremendously. And I hear that a lot in my area. We have a huge firm and, they're doing 4% and the 6% people don't like it at all. This will help you prove your value and your worth. This is why it's so important. The other thing is it grows your digital footprint. What is any seller going to do before they hire you? Anybody, a buyer, say anything, they're going to Google you. So imagine if they Google you and Realtor.com comes up, right? Wall Street Journal comes up, Washington Post comes up. All of these places that have more Google juice than any of us have, you're done, right? You're done. You've got it. You've won the listing. They probably won't even have any more appointments. Right. This is the key to this, because they will check you out. They will. You won't work with anybody without checking them out. But how many of you feel like this when I'm talking about pitching the media, right? You're nervous. I hear, I can't get to them. I can't. And I say this all the time, and I say this with 100% confidence. There is not a newsroom in the country that is going to answer the phone. And when you say, hi, I've got a great real estate story, who would be the best producer to send that over to? They're not going to say, I'm sorry, we're not taking any new stories today. Click. It's never, ever, ever going to happen. But you want to make sure that your story is good. You don't want to waste their time. They're super busy. You can get to any journalist you want to get to. Their job is to hear your story. If you have a good story, their job is to share your story with the world. So you want to be newsworthy. You want to think outside of the box. and you want to think beyond the box. So I'm going to share with you a bunch of examples of people that I've worked with, because everybody's different. Everybody on this call, like I said, you all have a different niche, you all have a different something. That's why I can work with hundreds of people in the same industry, because you all have a gift. You have something that you can bring to the media and a story to share. So this is one of my clients, Gail. And Gail lost a son to suicide, I think 6 years ago. And she's very passionate about it. And she does a big walk in our area, and she does a lot of stuff nationally. So she got this amazing article written about the walk. But of course, it talks about Gail as a real estate agent. And one thing that, you know, everybody's afraid to do things like this, or to niche, or to say too much. But there are a lot of people that are in Gail's position, and being in that position, they're going to want to hire Gail because she understands what they're going through. And by niching you, everyone's so afraid, oh, I can sell houses to anybody. Yes, you can, but you're also going to relate a lot more to a specific group that is only going to want to work with you. Here's another one, Michelle. She was so excited. They're writing an article about me. She's a new real estate agent. She is former police officer, and she suffered from PTSD, and she's very passionate about a program that she's involved with called Code 9 Project. So that was the story she pitched. So they're going to talk about her, how she transitioned from being a police officer into real estate, and how this program helped her and helped her become, and she's crushing it in real estate, super successful new agent, and just doing amazing. So again, in the local paper, that's where she wants to be. She's a local agent. So any police officers, fire, anybody like that, that's an instant connection to Michelle, that she's probably going to get that business over somebody else because of that connection to those people. Here, this was so fun. I told you about Cedric earlier. Cedric was one of my rock stars a couple of years ago, just because, and he's still doing this. I'm constantly updating with the things he's coming up with. But he met with a developer, and they created a scavenger hunt. So whoever won the scavenger hunt, I think the grand prize winner got like their down payment paid for. It's like $40,000. So you can see for a total of $100,000 in prizes. And you see a lot of Washington Post, because I'm in the DC area, and just have, you know, a lot of my agents, I do a lot of live presentations, so a lot of people who work with me come from DC. This can happen in any paper, Miami Herald, Boston Globe. It's a system that works for anybody. And I'm showing you national things too. Here's another thing, do your homework on your property. Celebrity sales. If you have any tie into a celebrity, Naomi listed Linda Hamilton's farm, and it was so funny because when she called me, she's like, "Oh, I got Linda Hamilton's listing." She wanted it so badly. She got the listing, and I said, "Okay, we've got to pitch the Washington Post." And she's like, "I can't do that." I said, "I want you to call Linda right now and say, hey, I'm going to pitch as a celebrity. I'm going to pitch you as the Terminator star to the Washington Post. And if it gets in, 1 million people are going to see your property for sale." What do you think she said? She's trying to sell the house. Right? Of course she said yes.
Huge news. So, huge news. Yeah.
Right. She wants to get out of Dodge. So Naomi sold the house. She got a buyer that day for another farm. It hit all the local papers, because that's what happens. It trickles down. So do your homework. You have no idea with the properties, even if it's not now. Maybe a movie was filmed there 10 years ago, 15 years ago. Who cares? We have friends who owned a property in New York where Working Girl was filmed. Remember, that was like a 1980s movie, early 90s. And they still market that property that way when it sells. So
awesome.
Anything. Yeah, it is. Anything historic, anything, somebody, I interviewed the editor of the Washington Post, the real estate agent, or the editor of the real estate section, and she said she had just covered where the founder of the Girl Scouts, that was the home she lived in, 20 years ago. So you just don't know. So do your homework, ask sellers, tell me something good about this house. Now, granted, new construction might not, but the property could have been something. But another agent that I'm working with who's developing a property, and it was an old Indian reservation, and he has the coolest history on it. He actually wrote a book. So he's going to get a ton of publicity about that property just because of all the history of just the land that it's on. Awesome. I'll show you just two more. This is cool. This house was one of my clients, an EXP agent. She got the listing, and this was one of the original hotels outside of the Washington, D.C. area. The cool thing about this is back in the day, this is wild, all the bathrooms were only on the upstairs. So if you owned a big, beautiful home like this and you entertained, people would have to go through your bedroom to use the bathroom. So what they did is they built what was called a pint-sized bathroom, where they put it under the stairs. And when they say pint size, it's little. But this is only one of, I think, 100 homes left that still has a pint-sized bathroom. So find those tweaks, don't just say, oh, big, beautiful kitchen, 4-bedroom brick colonial on half an acre. I can help you come up with really great creative stuff to get these listings sold. And when you get these listings in the media, you get more listings, because they're like, wow, if they got that house in, maybe they can get my house in too. And last one, this is my favorite. And if you're not in the DC area, you guys feel free to steal this Halloween. One of my Keller Williams agents pitched this. Do sellers have to disclose a death in the home, or if it's a haunted house? How cool is that? So she got on CBS with that. Isn't that
crazy?
So I hope
simple.
You guys
so simple.
Yeah, it is. It's just getting, it's thinking outside of the box. It's this niche. What is your red target? So I'll share the best story of all with you. And if anyone, I know somebody's from somewhere in Florida near Tampa. So Tampa, Florida, and they can verify this in the chat. Tampa, Florida has the most nudist communities of anywhere in the United States. And there's a real estate agent, Keller Williams agent, Jackie Youngblood, and she's in that area. And she started out and she was making, $40,000, $50,000 a year, whatever a new agent makes, working hard, but not hitting that next level. Well, she lives in one of these communities. So she dubbed herself the Naked Realtor. And when I talked about niching and honing that down, she can still sell you a house, me a house. But let me tell you, every single person going in and out of those communities is using Jackie Youngblood. She's now the #1 team in the state of Florida. She does high 7 figures just by this, and she got a reality show out of it.
Wow.
Right? Amazing. Amazing. Just
amazing. Yeah. I'm seeing a bullseye. Is that what we're supposed to be seeing? Are we seeing the bullseye?
Yeah, because that's the target.
Cool, perfect.
That's the niche.
Okay, cool.
Everyone, what is your red dot? So I told you about Sherry. Sherry's outer ring, she's a business coach. Then the white ring is a leadership coach, and the red dot is this training that she does with her horses. Told you about Jen Fugo. How do we get her on Dr. Oz twice in 30 days? She branded herself as the face of gluten-free. She wrote a book. For those of you with gluten sensitivity, you know how expensive it is to grocery shop. So she wrote a book about, how to eat healthy without breaking the bank. I have a client who likes to work, she's a real estate agent, she likes to work with divorced women. She's written, 7 or 8 ebooks about it. Well, if you're going through a divorce, you're going online, what do? I'm getting a divorce, and all of Susan's books pop up. Who do you think those women are going to want to work with? They're going to want to work with her. So at the end of the day, with media, with all of this, with Jen and Sherry and all these people that I've shared with you, it's providing value. We would all love an expose. Hey, I'm great. This is great. But usually you're going to be part of a story. You're going to be an expert source, which is really, as a real estate agent, what you want to be. You want to be that expert person in the real estate space. So that's newsworthy. That's the first part. I hope you guys got some great ideas. Again, I'm going to tell you about the digital program. I think there's like 120 some ideas on how to make yourselves newsworthy, because that's the key. You got to stand out. You can't just say interest rates are up, interest rates are down, sales are up, sales are down. You got to give them some meat. So the next thing is creating great hooks. That's the subject line. Hooks are relevant. They grab attention. They pull you in for more. The easiest way to look at hooks is look at magazine covers. Where do we buy our magazines? In the grocery store aisle, right there. It's, impulse purchase. I just bought a magazine for $7. Like, I didn't know they were $7 anymore. But here, look, your best investment, home repairs that pay off big. AARP. Do you guys know that AARP is the #1 most circulated magazine in the United States? So if you can get an AARP, and somebody just did, you're exposing yourself to 50 million people. pretty good stuff,
Wow.
right? And if that's
Crazy.
if boomers are your target market, hello, that's absolutely where you want to be, because they share information with friends. Oh, did you see that article? Did you see that about that agent in Alabama? And I know you're in Alabama getting ready to sell your house. Well, this is the person you want to use. So magazine covers, great way to find hooks. Google them. They're all on the internet. Super easy. And then the next thing is when you're watching television. Coming up next, what do they hook you in to stay through the commercials? That's a hook. And that's all this is. Magazine covers and coming up next. So here are a couple. I told you about Dustin. 5 ways to use social media to help sell your home. Well, if you're trying to sell your home and you see this article in the paper, you're going to read it. And his hook to the post when he did it was when all the stuff with the Russians and Facebook ads and everything came out. And he said, if the Russians can hack our election through Facebook, you should be able to sell your house the same way, which was brilliant. And that's how he got the article. So those are hooks.
Brilliant.
Brilliant, right? And it's learning how to do them, and you don't have to be a copywriter. There's so many resources, and I give you resources and I show you, like I said, use magazines, use that kind of stuff. Here's mine. I'm super excited. I was in Inman a couple weeks ago, maybe a month ago now. But how can media make you the go-to local expert? You guys are all on this call because you want to learn how to be the local real estate expert. So if you read this, find out how effective media outreach can make you the bona fide real estate aficionado in your area from PR expert Christina Daves, you're probably going to read that article. That's a hook for you. And then the last step is finding the right journalist. Like I said, you want to get your article in the right person's hands. And I'm going to tell you, it's this easy. You guys are going to laugh, but it really is. And there are databases and there are resources, but especially for your local community papers, who writes about real estate for the Sun Gazette? Who writes about real estate for the Fairfax Times? That's all. You put that in Google. Google is a question search engine. You'll get their name, their email, their phone number. Usually you can get the little email icon that you can click and it pre-populates for you. So it's really that easy. So this is the system, this is the formula. Now, I've debunked the myth of you can't get publicity if you're new. The next one I hear is, oh, I'm old, I've been around, I'm not sure. So here's Connie, and granted, she's not in the real estate space, she's an inventor, but she reinvented her life at 74. She was a teacher her whole life, and she invented a product. And in 1 year of working together, 1 year in my group program, this is what she got in. Good Morning America, Today Show, Fox News, Women's World, The View, Chicago 5, Real Simple Magazine. And what's really cool about Connie is she had so much success. She just wrote a book and she's inventing another product. So the system works in any industry. Isn't that so cool? I love her story. So cool. And again, I know it's not real estate, but I just want you to be inspired that anyone can do this, whether you're new, whether you're seasoned, whether you're whatever. And remember, I work with a lot of new agents. You bring something from your other fields. I have a brand new agent who was a CPA for 25 years, and he is crushing it because we incorporated that into all of his messaging and how he can help first-time home buyers as the CPA part of it, the tax breaks, the loopholes, that kind of stuff. So that's the first part. That's the PR part. I hope you're getting excited. You wrote things down. You've come up with ways you can get in the media. Now imagine when you get in the media and you put it on social media and they put it on social media, what that's going to do, how that's going to blow up your business. For me, they love working with me because I can share it with my 40,000+ Twitter followers. I have, over 75,000 social media followers in general. It amplifies your reach. It's so important. And don't panic on social media. I hear this all the time, like, oh, I can't do it. It's so much work. Concentrate on one platform. Do one platform really well. Because when they check you out, you don't need to be everywhere. But when you do need to check out on that one platform. So I'm going to go over just some basics of what you really need to do. The key is content. You've got to have good content. You want to engage your audience. And whether it's Facebook, which I'm a huge proponent of for realtors, because your personal page is the people who know, love, and trust you. So your business page, we can send them over. When we work together, I share ways that certain things you share from your business page over, so that content, so they, and then it might say Christina Daves, real estate agent. So you're subliminally reminding them, but you don't want to put your listings and all that stuff on your personal page. Keep that on your business page. But the things you can really get people engaged on, trending topics and hot content. Look at trends.google.com and look at Twitter and see what's going on in the world. If there are big fires somewhere, if there was a hurricane somewhere, if there's tornadoes somewhere, doesn't have to be in your backyard, you can bring that home. What would it mean if that happened here? What resources are here? Did you know if we're hit with a hurricane, this highway shuts down, and this, whatever, what would it mean if these roads were washed out? What would it mean to those communities, to homes? One of the big things was the government shutdown. I had a lot of agents who were in the middle of closings. That was a great story. That's trending news. What happens? All of a sudden, those government employees are not employed. So do they still qualify for their loans? That kind of stuff. So figure out what's going on in the world and bring it home. The next thing is eye-catching visuals. Canva. If you're not using Canva, write that down, Canva. If I can use Canva, anybody can. We have to think how fast we scroll through our phones, right? Zip, zip, zip. I'm getting faster and faster all the time. What will stop you? You need a good picture. You've got to have something good. And Canva is super easy. They're all templated. Click on a Facebook post, click on, I need a Twitter heading, whatever you need, just click on it and it is there. Drag your picture in, drag their picture in fonts. It's so easy. The next thing is engaging video. So this year, 2019, 90% of all content consumed online is video. 90%. So for all of you who are not comfortable on it, yeah, you have to get used to it. And Scott, you and I know we use tons of video. It will grow your business. Casey, who I showed you earlier, we created for him Coffee with Casey, which is a weekly, basically a television show on Facebook Live, exploded his business. Exploded it. So get comfortable with it. I was terrible on camera 3 years ago. I would put sticky notes all over my laptop. It's muscle memory, practice. And I'll give you one little tip outside of all of this. People want to work with people. So getting to know you will make them more comfortable. Just hearing you talk to them through your phone, through your camera, will help you build a relationship with them. And the last thing, I want you guys all to do your research on your hashtags. Know your hashtags. It's so important. If you're working with millennials, Twitter and Instagram, my next favorite for realtors that's almost tied with Facebook is Instagram, because it's such a visual platform. Real estate is your homes, your listings, that kind of thing. So definitely learn your hashtags. Again, I've got tons of resources for that. And here's the thing, this is it, live video. Facebook Live, LinkedIn is now has live, YouTube has live. That's what they all want. If you want to grow your following on social media, and I don't know algorithms, I can't explain it to you, but I do know that the people who are adopting live video, and the new ones are YouTube and LinkedIn, but the Facebook Lives too, that's what Facebook wants. They want to be a media company. So it's really important that you just start turning your camera on and getting used to it, because that's how you grow your following. And for those of you who are uncomfortable with the thought of doing live video, I'm going to make you all feel so much better, because there you go. That is my first Facebook Live right there. Sideways.
That's awesome. At least you did it, though. You know what? You probably got more views on that one than any of them, because they're like, what is she doing? What's going on here? Right?
Well, and oh my God. And I leave it on there. I've never taken it down. If you want to go back and watch it, it's like, and I'm so excited. Hi, it's my first Facebook Live. But I didn't lose a client. I didn't lose any business from anybody calling me saying, oh, really, Christina, you're sideways and backwards, I can't work with you. Has never happened. So, and Scott's gotten to know me better. This is typical me, right? I'm really good at what I'm sharing with you. I'm not good at this stuff. I know what I'm supposed to do, and I have people now who help me with that. But yeah, so you can't do anything wrong with live video. You really can. People just want to get to know you. All right, so I'm going to just quickly hit the last piece of the puzzle, which is using them together. You know, PR and social media, it's where the magic happens. It's that megaphone, like I showed you. It's how you reach an exponential amount of people. I got on Fox because I tweeted at the anchor, not pitching her. I tweeted about a story she had just run that I thought was great. And she tweeted back at me and said, hey, I do these segments regularly. If you know a product that would fit in this, let me know. I was like, oh, well, a matter of fact, I do. But I had to go back and forth with her and you know, come up with a story that was good and provided value. But this is how you can connect with them. And then, you know, when I got the story on, I put it on social media, they put it out on social media. So that's how you blow it up. And Laura, who I did the story with, I'll give you guys another little tip with the media. The mantra in the newsroom used to be, if it bleeds, it leads. The mantra now is, if it's shareable, it's airable. So think about, could your story go viral? Do you have a really good, that's where those celebrity stories come in great. If you've got properties with any, you know, even if a celebrity lived in the neighborhood, you could say, you know, oh, 2 doors down from where blah, blah. I got on Dr. Oz the same way, but instead of Twitter, I use LinkedIn. Same kind of thing, connected, provided value. If you can start giving guests and experts outside of you to journalists, they will love you. They will love you, and they will use you when you fit into their stories. I promise you that. That happens with me all the time. So I get asked this a lot, Christina, why would you do this PR stuff? You have a successful company, you're doing medical boot fashions, why PR? And I kind of accidentally came into it. I knew it was working for me. People started asking me for help, a lot of people. Like, my phone was ringing off the hook. How are you doing this? How are you doing this? Please share this with us. And there was such a need for it. And when I saw what it did, Jen Fugel was one of my very first clients, and out of the gate, Dr. Oz twice in 30 days. And it just kept going and kept going and kept going. And I can tell you in all transparency, I've done this for 7 years. Nobody has ever called me or emailed me and said, Christina, I did everything you said to do and it didn't work. Ever. Because it works. It might take more than 30 days. It might take, 5 months. It might even take 12 months, but is it worth it to get hundreds of thousands or millions of people? I don't know any other platform where you can get that many people to learn about your business than me. What's the value of one new listing, one new lead? That makes your time and investment in a program learning how to do it completely worth it. Casey said we all need to know how to do this. It's very powerful stuff. It's the way of the future. It's changed the way we do business. This is a $125 million agent learning more, like wanting to know how to do this. So I want to ask you just a couple of questions. So as we close out, I want you to think about this. Is your real estate business still in the shadows with no attention? And I know that's a problem. And the people who know how to do this are winning this game. And it doesn't matter if they're good or not, they're getting the visibility. Are you losing business to less experienced competitors? Same thing, the ones who know how to do this marketing, how to get themselves out there. Are your emails not getting open so nobody knows who you are? It's a big problem today. There's no one listening to your pitch, whether it's your media pitch, whether it's your listing pitch. You've got to be able to relate to people in a way and show them you're credible and you have authority and you're the one they want to work with. And are you wasting opportunities because you're not prepared? Albert Einstein said it best. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over again, expecting different results. So hopefully you got some ideas today to do some new things, because yes, you can be on TV or in the news. And would it be worth it to you? what would it mean? Just one media hit. If you got, like I said, one new listing, maybe you're like Dustin and you got $5 million listings in 6 weeks, 24 million in sales, right? It's amazing.
Amazing. Yep.
So
totally
yeah,
doable.
it's totally doable. You just have to learn the system. It's really that easy. And I put together, I don't have time. You don't have time. This whole program is less than an hour. It's 5 modules. There's 4 training modules. One is, we didn't even get into this because we really couldn't, but it's really about branding. And Scott knows we did a lot of that together. You really need to tweak that brand so everything's consistent and you're standing out. Your messaging is there. The next 3 modules are what we went over today, but it's your deep dive. And it's, boom, boom, boom. You guys can you can start pitching the media immediately. There's 18 downloadable PDF templates, sample pitches, sample hooks. I think we give you like 100 and some odd plug and play hooks. You can just, put your information in there. So it's normally $9.97. Today, while we're on the call, it's $4.97. You can go to prfasttrack.com. Take a look at it. The last module's extras. How do you do a press kit? Like once you start getting it, how do you make yourself really stand out? Because remember, media begets media. When the media checks you out, if you've been in media once or twice and they can find it easily, i.e. your website, it's like you're already vetted. They've cleared it and said, oh, okay, if the Wall Street Journal's used her in a story, she's got to be good. They already checked her out. So it kind of puts you to the head of the line with that, which is awesome. Elizabeth said, when I came across Christina's program, I truly felt that I had hit the mother lode. Out of all the programs I have bought and the thousands of dollars I have spent, her program is the best value I have ever received. And I do have bonuses that I'm going to add on to this. If you do this today, we have a media list. It's over 190 national journalists, names, email, phone number. We give you, for all the ones that are active on social media, we give you that too, and share with you in the program how you build relationships with them, like I did with Laura at Fox. And I never do this, and you guys have probably never seen this on a digital product before, because usually you're buying digital, you have to do it all by yourself. Next month, I'm going to do a group call for everybody here who buys into the program. I want you to have a month to do the program. It's only an hour, but I want to make sure everybody does it, maybe tries a little bit, and we're going to do a group coaching call, and you can ask me anything. I charge a lot of money to do this. Just a 1-hour call is like a group call like this is $500 a person. You can run your pitches by me, your ideas. Like I said, and you all have a niche, so don't worry about being on a group call. And I find in my group coaching program that everyone's so supportive and helping everybody else out. But it's me, you'll get full access to me. If you can't make it, you can email me your question, and I'll make sure you get a recording of the call, and I will address your question on it, and I will tell you at what time we talked about it. So this is, we can knock this stuff out, and I'll answer any questions at all. Pat from Compass, Christina, you've opened up a whole new world for me. Thank you. And she's a rock star. She's figured it out. Once you guys learn it, I'm telling you, you're going to do it over and over and over again, and it's just going to steamroll. And really important to remember, everything I shared with you today, I do in my own business every day. It's how we've generated over 8 figures in sales. Nothing is theory. I don't like when I go to an event and I ask a question and they've never really done it. I have done everything that's in that program. I've worked with agents from all of these companies, all of these associations, and I continue to get more and more calls and to work with more agents, because this is what they want. It's more visibility, more customers, more profits. I don't know any company out there who's teaching this through their programs. I do a lot with Keller Williams, which is an education-based platform, but not this. So here's the information again, prfasttrack.com. This is only going to be up while we're on this call right now. Then it goes back up to $9.97. And I can't see on my computer, so if anyone's already bought, but I'll say from whatever time it is right now, anyone who's bought, and then the 2 after this who do it right now, I will do a strategy session with you. And it'll be a deep dive.
Dang.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's a big one.
You know what that is.
I know. Oh, do I ever? Yeah. So guys, I hired Christina it's been a couple months now, and I've had nothing but just a couple of small tweaks that I made have made a huge difference in my life. And now, I mean, like, you got to look good before you go out and do this. So that this little thing right here would be huge, and it's amazing what she goes and what she's covered and what she helps you with. So the 497, thank you for giving that discount. I just got to say one thing, like guys, this stuff works, and if you're looking to change, you gotta want what you want, but you got to commit to it. And in saying that, if you just change what you're doing now, if what you're doing, like I like how you opened, if you see yourself 12 months from now going, man, don't like it, this is the easiest road traveled. Because when you're working on PR, when you're working on content, when you're working on video, when you're working on all the stuff that you should be doing in your business anyway, and you're having somebody hold you accountable to it, good things will happen because more people will see you. Whether you get the PR or not, you're just going to have more business because more people are going to see you, because you're putting yourself out there. You're putting content out there. You're putting yourself out there, letting people know who you are and what you do for a living. And I can't tell you how powerful it is with or without the PR. The PR just kind of amplifies it in a huge way really fast. And I would 100% devote, if you want, a part of your day. You just spend 30 minutes on it per day, every single day. Think what that would look like in a very short period of time. And then if you have somebody like Christina helping you, or take this course and go, all right, I got the course, now what? Now I get it, I want a little more TLC, then that's where Christina comes in and she can help you with that too. And offering the bonus is huge, man. Like, thank you so much. I can't thank you enough for what you've done for this group, your caringness and giving back to, and of course your continued success with what you do is just amazing to call you a friend and a business partner and a coach. So thank you very much.
And thank you for having me. Thank you all for
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Somebody
Any
said
questions?
Something about Canada. Do you have the PR for Canada?
Yeah, and I'm going to be really transparent on that.
Okay.
I don't have the media list. Well, that's not true. I do have a type of media list that I could incorporate in that. It's a system that works. I know with Canada, it's a lot of Rogers, and this program will help you position yourself not just with media, but I don't know 100% if it'll work. And if you want to talk and be my guinea pig, have that person email me. Maybe we will work something out and see if it does work there. But I'm not 100% sure.
Okay.
How's that for honesty?
All right, guys, that's brutal honesty. So go to prfasttrack.com. We're going to respect you guys' time. Guys, this is a life-changing. It's been life-changing for me. I'm doing it. I'm living it. I'm working with Christina. I bought a little bigger package than this one. This one's an amazing package. I've seen the inside of it. I've seen it all, and it will hugely jumpstart your career when it comes to getting, just being out there and having the apparatus and the tools to do what she had talked about in this class. So thank you so much. PR Fast Track. I did put it down in the comments, the chat section. I will repost it in the group. If you're not part of the Agent Mastermind group, Christina is. It's facebook.com/groups/Agent Mastermind. Christina, thank you so much. Appreciate you more than you know.
Thanks.
Congratulations, guys. Thank you so much.
All
right, guys. Same time, same place next week on Agent Mastermind. Have a great day. Have a great week, and we'll see you on the web. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.